So hi guys, yeah. So I know you've been, at some point in your life that you've thought of, giving up. There is always that one time that you ever felt that things were not going the way you wanted them to go. So for me, I would really encourage you never to give up, because I have a scenario that I would want to share. Yeah. So back in the days when I was like growing up, I would hear my mom, wanting to give up and everything. And actually, my mom was like a crowd puller. What do I mean by that? It's she would make friends at a very high rate. It's not like maybe I'm conservative and so on sometimes. Yeah. So my mom was very outgoing and she would make friends way better than I do. So for one, when she passed on, maybe it was the thought of so many, because even some would say like, she's out, she's gone for good, and here is her kid, okay, and this kid has no dad, okay. So I was left under the care of my grandmother, like I've always said. So you thinking about it is, you'd think that these people who are even relatives, who are the brothers, who are the sisters, would really come for me, or they would really like bring me up and so on. Trust you me, that did not happen. It's the vice versa. It's only one woman who stood by me when I was growing up, and took the chances to even take me for studies and everything. That was my grandmother. The other bit of it was very awkward and very weird at the same time. And those, like I usually say, they were very selfish. So later, after the days, passing and everything, my grandmother passed on 2021. She went to be with the Lord, okay? So the land that she left behind, which my grandfather had left for her when he passed on, is huge. And the kids who are there, they're only four guys, because they were like seven, and then my mom passed, the aunt passed, and then there is one son who passed away, okay. So those three passed, and then there is these four who have remained. And like I say, like I didn't know any other place to be home other than my grandmother's place. So whenever I went even to be with my guardian, I would also some days, go and visit her, and then come back to maybe to where I was spending the holiday at. So when she passed on, lately I've just gotten the news that that land which she left behind, the sons went, and then they made that, because the grandfather had told them the land is to be subdivided to every member of the family, okay. So like the four sons who are alive, they went, subdivided it amongst themselves. So I don't know why I have a feeling like my mom had a daughter, she wasn't married, okay. She had a daughter, she wasn't married. So where is her home? It was in that farm, okay? My auntie happened to have like 7 kids. They narrowed it. So them two, maybe a share would have been left. Maybe the sons or the daughters could have decided whether they would want to, hold each other up and do something with the farm, okay? With the piece of land that should be shared, the part that their mom would have gotten if she was still alive, okay. And then for the other, the now my mom would have also gotten a share, because she also has a daughter who is supposed to take over, yeah. Because it's not like I do not exist, it's not like I haven't been born, it's not like they don't know me and so on, okay. So I felt like, why are people so wicked? Why are people so selfish? Like when I was moving from my aunt's place, I wasn't leaving the place because I had some very marvelous stay there. When I came to live by myself, it has been one of the hardest decisions I ever made, and I thank God that maybe at some point I got a place and I can afford the rent and some food and also to bring up my son, okay? But then I ask, since my grandmother passed on and the mom is not here and the brothers can share, the land to a dead sister, so where do people go when they don't have anywhere else to go? When they don't have, that place they used to know as home, where do they go? Like for instance, I was thinking maybe something happens and then I don't have any capability of raising rent here in Nairobi and I can't manage it. Where do I go? So it leaves no other choice than to work very hard, to do whatever means I can, to, I don't care if you are hearing stories about ladies getting butchered and so on. I don't care if it would get to that point when I'm trying to, like wrestle with life. Because those people I knew back then, they turned, their back, and then they are selfish. They want, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So those people, once they call, the ones now who have shared the land and so on, after sharing and so on, and they want to talk to you, do you receive the calls? Do you talk to them? How do you even start? How do you arrange anything? How do you even think about, these were my, people I used to call and cousin. I remember, like, when I used to live with my grandmother, and a lot of people can attest to this, like, the only meal my grandmother used to have, and we used to have, was always ugali and tea, from Monday to Monday, from morning to evening. It reached a point that I didn't want to go to that place anymore. There were times that I used to spend in the orphanage, and the priest would ask me, Junta, are you going home? And I would tell him, no, I'm not. Because I literally knew what I would face back there. It doesn't mean that these sons never had the capability of, making their mom's life way easier, a bit easier. No, they had. Some of them by then were even driving. I don't know how things escalated so high, fast and so high. That when my grandmother died, she had the best, burial ceremony. I mean, like, in my shags, my grandmother's place, there are 7 burials, like 7, what are they called? 7 people had died before her, and never had I ever seen a hearse, those funeral cars, into that compound. But when she died, trust you me, there was a hearse. You know how coffins are, laid down deep to the hole? She had that. It's funny. It's funny that when she got so depressed with life and everything, and her mind started, like going crazy, it's the village people that called the sons to come and take their mother, or else they would, report the case to the police. After she was taken there to live with the son, and where he has married, she got, those boils that you usually get because of, not when you lay a sick person on bed and then you don't take time at, turning that person around and around, they get those boils, the wounds that were so harsh. She got them, and I was told by a doctor those infections were what was going to kill her. True to it, she died. I don't know how your mother, who even didn't attend school, who raised you through, those jobs you do at other people's farms, raised you, and you cannot give that person even daily vegetables to support the life. I don't know. So let me not lie to you that once you die, your friends or your relatives are going to take care of whoever you leave behind. No, they won't. No one will. There was once I was in Form 1, and when the school was, closed, and then I went to my grandmother, I told her I wanted to go and visit my uncle in Nairobi, and one way or the other I got there, and then the wife came, the wife to my uncle came, and then she asked whether I was in school and so on. I told her yes, I even have the books, I'm in Form 1 in Nyahururu. And she actually took the books and read where we were, even the syllabus and so on. And then she was like, but I was told you were married. What are you saying? Married by who? No, I was told by your auntie, the other one, that you got married and you don't even attend school. Then I tried to explain, and then she told me, you wait there, let me give her a call, let me lie to her that you are here and I want to chase you out, and then you hear for yourself. And she put the phone on loudspeaker. Then she called the other auntie. All of them are married to my uncles. My uncles is the brothers to my mom. So she calls the other auntie. Hey, hi. Do you know Junita is here and everything? She's there. Chase that girl away. Chase her away. Let her go to her people. We are not her people. Send her away. So what it meant in Kikuyu, she was like, let me put it in Swahili. Mwambie aende. Toa huyo msichana kwende na huko, adiolewa, mutoe kwako. Sisi si watu wao. Mwambie aende na huko kwenye ataenda. And then the auntie, now the one I was seated with, she was like, and then she hanged up. She told me, umesikia? Yeah. So I think from this, sharing of the properties that the parents left, and my mother being excluded, it had something to do with what my aunt was talking about, that I am not, I don't belong to that family, and that I should, go. So somebody was telling me like I should go to the chief, and then I asked, why that is happening, why they are sharing and they're not sharing with the sister, the kids who were born to the sisters, because it's not me. She had another sister who has kids in Eldoret and so on. But I'm thinking I should just, wait for my time. When that time, I will buy my own property, and then I will stop with the things that are, left behind by people who are dead. It's a shame.